Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And that is the story of the 2024 season for the New York Giants. Just when you thought you hit rock bottom, you got two players that are bright spots of this team potentially out for the season, and you also fall down in the draft order. We're going to break all that down on today's show. That's why you subscribe to the channel. No matter what the record is, no matter what day it is, we're going to get you guys free videos as soon as we can. And I need 159 diehard Giants fans to help us reach our goal of 61,000 subs. Boss James Yoder said we couldn't get there by this Sunday. I want to prove him wrong. If you love the Giants and you want to help out a Giants fan, smash that sub button right now. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I hope everybody had a good holiday, had a good weekend. I know I did. I got to go home, see my parents, see my nieces and nephews and siblings. So I didn't get an opportunity to talk about the injuries to Dexter Lawrence and Theo Johnson. We'll do that on the tail end of the show. But I want to just start here on a Monday morning looking at the draft order for 2025. When we last did a video following the game on Thursday where the Giants did lose to the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants owned the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. Prior to the game on Thursday, the Giants owned the 2nd overall pick. We wake up on Monday morning, and according to Tankathon, the Giants sit in the number 3 spot. Just comes down to strength of schedule when you're looking at that tiebreaker, and you see the slim difference between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Giants, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, as well as the New York Giants. Right now, Jacksonville owns that number 1 spot. Las Vegas has that number 2 spot, and our big blue, bad New York football Giants sit in number 3. You look at the Jaguars' schedule for the remainder of the season. Week 14 at the Tennessee Titans. Week 15 versus the New York Jets. You got Week 16 at the Las Vegas Raiders, so that'll be a game that we're watching closely. Hopefully that's not a tie and somebody loses. Week 17 versus the Titans, and Week 18 versus the Colts. You got 4 games against teams with 3 wins or less. Let's hope the Jags can at least get one more win. That would definitely help the Giants get closer and closer to the number 1 overall pick. Dare I say they win 2 more games. For the Las Vegas Raiders, they're going to be traveling to Tampa to take on the Bucs this week. Then they'll play the Atlanta Falcons, who are really starting to struggle. And you got that game against the Jags like we talked about. Then you got the Saints and the Chargers. Be pretty cool if maybe the Jags win a couple of games and the Raiders beat the Jags in Week 16. That's probably the best case scenario, though. Seth Walder of ESPN, who is an analytics guy who focuses on all kind of stuff, he has looked at the FPI, the Power Football Index, and his updated forecast for the race to earn the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And according to the analytics, the Giants still own the best probability to get that number 1 overall pick, a 30.7% chance to get the top pick. The projections say number 3, 3.0. The only team lower than that, closer to 1 in this case, would be the New England Patriots at 2.9. But the Giants have the best chance to get that top pick, according to ESPN and their advanced analytics. If you want the Giants to get that number 1 overall pick, speak it into existence. Hit that thumbs up icon. Like the video. You may not want the Giants to lose, but I think we can all agree if they do get that number 1 overall pick, probably going to help them out a lot more than if they do have the 3rd or 4th pick. So smash that thumbs up icon if you want the number 1 pick. More bad news for Big Blue. Dexter Lawrence, the captain, the best player, and the face and the heartbeat of this organization, is most likely out for the season. He did leave Thursday's game against the Dallas Cowboys with an elbow injury. He said he extended too much, and Bobby Okereke just came and knocked his elbow out of place. That's what he's calling it. We haven't had a official determination of what the injury is. Lawrence said, though, his elbow popped out, and then he joked with Bobby Okereke saying, is this what shock feels like? And yeah, this is what shock feels like, especially when you thought the Giants were going to win under 6.5 games, and they can't even do that. But Dexter Lawrence could be out for the year. Brian Daboll spoke to the media following the game and said, quote, I would say that I anticipate it being a long-term injury the rest of the season. Still going to have to take a look at a few different things, but not very optimistic about that. And that's probably the one guy on this team that you didn't want to see sustain an injury. Like, you don't want to see anyone sustain an injury, but if the Giants and you are on team, we still want to win games. If this guy's going to miss some games, you don't really have as high of a chance as if he does. Look, we know Dexter Lawrence is special, one of the best players in the National Football League. I think he's the best non-quarterback in the NFL. And when you talk about his position compared to other positions, the best nose tackle compared to the second best nose tackle is the biggest gap in the NFL amongst any position. And he was putting together arguably his best season in the National Football League, a career high 9 sacks. He was looking to go for double digits. Sounds like he won't be able to do that. 36 pressures, 8 tackle for loss. Whenever the Giants had a big play coming up on defense, it seemed like number 97, shot to Sexy Dexy, was right behind it. So how are they going to fill those shoes? They're not. Look, if you could just fill the shoes of Dexter Lawrence, you would do it already. I know we could talk about next man up mentality, but there's nobody on this team that can even do remotely what Dexter Lawrence can do. So you're going to see some more of Raheem Nunez-Roches, maybe some more DJ Davidson. He had an injury pop up as well. We'll see if he's ready to go. Jordan Riley's going to get some more snaps, and maybe we get a longer look at the UDFA that everyone loves, Elijah Chapman. Show Dexter Lawrence some love, though, man. This guy goes out and competes. He's the face. He's the voice. He is the New York Football Giants. He is the captain of this team, and I'm going to miss watching him play on Sundays. Show him some love, though. Type those 97s for the captain. Coming up next, we got to talk about a rookie who is likely done for the year. But first, I got to give a major shout-out to our proud ticketing sponsor, GameTime. You get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. Prices actually drop as the events get closer. Shout out to GameTime. And if you use that promo code ChatSports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get to see your seat view in the app. You get to access your tickets in the app. You get to view your views from the seats when you're deciding which tickets you want to purchase. Last-minute tickets, flash deals, and, of course, lowest price guarantee. Make sure you use those all-in pricing features. Make sure those are turned on, as well as the GameTime Picks feature. It's going to make sure you get the best price on those tickets out there. Still plenty of tickets available for the game against the Saints if you want to go watch that one. And if you do, make sure you do use that promo code ChatSports and get $20 off. You can get in the building at MetLife for $39. Then use that $20 off, and you're there with a $19 cover charge, and they may even give you a free medium Pepsi. So shout out to Game Time. Use that promo code ChatSports, and you'll get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. Shout out to Theo Johnson. I thought he was awesome in the game against the Dallas Cowboys. He was running like a man possessed when he got the ball in his hands, but it sounds like that he's going to go out for the remainder of the season. At least he does it on a high note. Brian Daboll on Johnson's foot injury that happened late in the game. Supposedly was throwing shoes in the locker room. Was very upset about the injury. Said this one's probably going to be long-term as well. And for the 6'6", 264-pound rookie tight end out of Penn State, this one sucks. Like, it just does. And it seems like whenever these things happen, it always comes after a really good game. And I thought Theo Johnson put together his best game of the season. Not anything in the stat sheet that's going to blow you away, but I felt like he was getting better and better and better as each game went on. I felt like he got more comfortable. I felt like he just started to feel like a true pro out there. 29 grabs, 331 yards. Did have that one TD up the seam from Daniel Jones this season, and he's averaging about 11.4 yards per catch. Look, I love what I saw from him in that game versus Dallas. It was a career-high 5 receptions, and I believe he also had a career-high in yardage in that game, but it was what he did after the catch that I loved. He was seeking out contact. He was running through tacklers. He was going over the top of tacklers. He was showing off that athleticism that we talked at lengths about in the offseason, one of the higher testing tight ends in recent NFL scouting combine history, and we got to see a little bit of what that guy can be. Hopefully he gets back to being 100%, and I'm expecting big things from Mr. Theo Johnson in year 2. Look, it's been a season of doom for the New York Giants. You got 2 wins with 5 games left. And that's why I started the video with that picture. What can go wrong has gone wrong. In every sense of the word, it has gone wrong for the New York Giants. I can't really even think of many things that have gone right throughout the season. Good thing it's almost over. You got 5 more games. You got a home game against the New Orleans Saints, a home game against the Ravens. You'll hit the road to take on the Dirty Birds down in Atlanta. Then you got the Indianapolis Colts coming up to MetLife, and you will close the season versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll tell you this much. The Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson are already licking their chops for that game on December 15th. The Ravens lost last night, and he said after the game his mom cussed him out for not tucking it and running it enough. And he said, F the bye week. I'm ready to play the New York Giants right now. So look for a get-right game for Baltimore when they come to town to take on Big Blue. You got a tough rest of the schedule, and that could be actually a good thing. Do you think the Giants win another game this season? 5 more games to go. Are you beating the Saints? Are you beating the Ravens? Are you beating the Colts? Are you beating the Eagles? I don't know who you're beating. We'll find out. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Chat to you guys. Sorry for not getting videos out on the channel. Went home to go see my family, and everyone should do that every once in a while. Hang out with the fam. So, if you didn't tell your family today you love them, do so, and make sure you hit that thumbs up icon on your way out.